I was so excited to be a mom, especially after I suffered a miscarriage the first time I was pregnant. I took such good care of myself. I didn't want anything to happen to this little being growing inside me. When the ultrasound showed I was having a girl, I could have leapt for joy. I couldn't wait to take my little princess home and dress her in all the frilly, pretty clothes and put headbands on her tiny, bald head. I delivered my beautiful little girl on September 28, 1992, 3.5 weeks early. I wasn't able to hold my baby right away because I had an infection. She was taken from me and put in the NICU. My brother-in-law took a video of her and brought it in for me to see. She was so beautiful. I couldn't wait to hold her. I named her Sarah McClure Stinson. The McClure is a family name after my father and my grandmother. When Sarah was young, I put her in dresses and girly things just like any other mother. When she was almost 2 years old, she revolted. She would not wear a dress under any circumstance. Okay, that's fine. I dressed her in leggings and t-shirts, and she was happy. She didn't like to play with dolls. She played with stuffed animals and tech deck dudes. As she got older, she liked to watch Goosebumps and play outside. A lot of her friends were boys. Some of the girls made fun of her, which made me sad. I wanted her to be happy. She wanted to be friends with everyone, but kids can be mean. I became the proverbial helicopter parent. I thought that if I was hovering over her, things would be better. They really weren't. I even wrote the famous TV personality Mr. Rogers twice. And he wrote me back. He said that childhood is a fluid time and that kids will change friends a lot. Well, it didn't really put me at ease, but I dealt with it as best as I could. Then, in 4th grade, Sarah wanted to get her hair cut. I argued about this with her only because I didn't want her to be made fun of. Finally, I gave in. As we drove back from the salon, Sarah said that this was the happiest day of her life. Middle school started off rough, but eventually Sarah started hanging out with some nice kids. She was playing select softball and having fun. When she was in high school, she started attending a Southern Baptist church. She became an evangelist overnight. She also became very judgmental of me. I couldn't do anything right. It was a very difficult time. She was featured on the 700 Club and went on many mission trips. She even talked me into getting baptized at that church because I would have done anything to reconnect with her. Then, on Easter, my husband said he needed to talk to me. He had found a note that Sarah had written saying that she was gay. He was very worried. I have to say, I wasn't shocked. I worried about her being teased and persecuted, but I wasn't shocked. Sarah was kicked off the leadership team at the church and was told that homosexuality was a sin. That just made me angry. How can she become a pariah overnight? She did everything for that church. I went to that church and gave them a piece of my mind, and Sarah never returned there. Sarah graduated high school and decided to go to Mizzou for college. When she went to college, she had a girlfriend who had been living with us the entire summer. This girl was a mess. Sarah had been driving back and forth to visit her. She had been abusing her. The girl had been abusing Sarah. Sarah wanted to leave Mizzou and be with her and was not doing well academically. All of this resulted in a breakdown. Sarah had to be admitted to the psych ward in Columbia. After she got out, she struggled, but managed to bring up her grades and started making friends again. We were thrilled. She wanted to stay at Mizzou. Sarah got into counseling and focused her energy and passion into something positive. She got heavily involved with a lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer questioning center on campus and immediately became a leader. She started a radio show with her boss from the LGBTQ Center called Inside Out and openly talked about LGBTQ issues that were once considered taboo. Then, in April, she was tapped into Mystical 7, a secret society on campus that recruits students of high character. Sarah was also chosen as a summer welcome leader for Mizzou, a very high honor. 300 students applied and only 36 were chosen. Finally, Sarah's life was turning around for the good. At the end of the year, Sarah found a really lovely young lady named Danielle and has been dating her ever since. This year, in August, Sarah announced to her dad and I that she never felt comfortable as a woman. That even when she was in 4th grade, she knew she was male, just born in the wrong body. Wow. I was worrying all over again. What were we going to do? We were going to accept him. That's what we were going to do. I realized it wasn't the gender I loved. It was the soul of this amazing person that I happened to give life to. That's when Sarah became Shane. It took a little while to get used to the new name and the new pronouns, but because I love him so very much, I practiced and practiced. Now I have a son, and calling him Shane is second nature. Shane is amazing. He is who he was meant to be. Sure, there are some long roads ahead, but we are a family and we love each other, and we are there for each other. His dad and I can't afford for the hormones and the surgery that Shane needs to complete his gender transformation, so a friend set up a fundraising site. I'm happy to say Shane has made his goal. Shane has a lot of love and support in his life now. He is really making a difference in the world and has been interviewed several times in the local and national media. Shane is still the same soul I have loved all this time. It isn't hard to love him because he's open, honest, and loving himself. We have had many conversations about the friends that he has in his community whose parents have disowned them. This makes me so incredibly sad. How can you disown someone you gave life to? I am here to say that it is okay to have a child who is transgender. Shane is finally happy. He has his whole life ahead of him, and he is going to do great things. Love your kids. Love their souls. That's the important part of them, not their gender.